Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Dr. OJ Speaks TV. I'm so excited to welcome you guys to the month of July. July on Dr. OJ Speaks is all about relationships. Yes, one of my favorite topics ever. I love relationships. Who else loves relationships? I mean, when I talk about relationships, I mean I love meeting people. I love interacting with people. I love talking to people. That's why I come here every week to talk to you guys, have a conversation with you guys, because I just love people. So in July, we are going to be focusing on relationships this month, and we're going to be discussing on several different things that we think I guess we can add value to help you navigate your way as you are getting back out there dating. If you're recently divorced, you've been divorced a long time, you've had your heart broken, and you're wondering how you're going to get back on that proverbial horse, and we just want you to live your best life, whether in or outside of a relationship. The most important thing is if you're happy and fulfilled with the person that you are, the one person you can never get away with, the one person you need to have the best relationship is, you guessed right, yourself. So we are going to be talking about relationships this month. This month we have guest features lined up for you, and of course we have some amazing things that we're going to bring your way the whole of July. So stay tuned, sit back, relax, and you will be glad you did. Today's episode is graciously sponsored by HD Pro Global Beauty Institute and Body Med Spa. They help you transform your body and physical appearance in 90 days or less. You definitely want to check them out, not just for their services. They just recently introduced the IV infusion therapy. That is one that you must have. IV infusion therapy, they told me it actually helps you absorb up to 95% of potent vitamins and minerals, as opposed to only 15% that you get from taking the tablets. Just what they told me, and I am already scheduled to get my very first set of IV infusion therapy coming up in the coming weeks. So, all right, so check them out, hdproglobal.com, for several things: franchising, training and certification programs. They have everything you need to get into the med spa beauty business, and also to get all your med spa needs met. All right, so don't forget, if this is your first time here, welcome to my channel. Where have you been? Come on, but we are happy you're here now. But do not forget to subscribe and turn your notification on before you leave us today, because we definitely want you to become a part of our community. Help us grow. We need your support. But most importantly, like this video, share, and leave a comment below for us, and we'll be able to get to know you better and just, help us do better. Let us know some things that you like to learn from this channel. All right, if that's all, I believe that's all we have for them today. All right, I will be right back with our episode today. Today we're going to be talking about the very first step in a conversation: small talk. Small talk. That thing they call, I think, is icebreakers or whatever. Anyway, small talk. We're going to be talking about small talk today, so I'll be right back. Stay tuned. See you soon. July, and I'm so excited to discuss with you today about small talk. Okay, so small talk is something that I don't know if I'm really good at small talk, because I do like to talk, because that is like the king of my gift. So I express myself really well when it comes to communication. However, when it comes to making small talk, I don't have a problem making small talk with people. I can meet you and try to strike up a conversation, find something very, very interesting that I feel like we can talk about, ask questions, probing questions, and things like that. But that is me. And then I guess for other people who are in media and who are more into communication, extroverts and things like that. But let's talk about introverts, people who are more themselves. They're sort of shy. They might not be very verbal or oratory like some of us who are. We like to talk. But some people don't like to talk. So this topic might be the best thing for you. We want to help you to figure out a way to get that going. So what is small talk? Small talk really is just about making just simple banter back and forth with someone that you just met. Not necessarily just meeting, because sometimes you have small talk with your friends, you know, you're catching up after a long hiatus from your relationship or from your connection and your communication. So that's what small talk is. Just like random stuff, nothing too deep. You're not trying to ask for their credit check. You're not trying to ask for their criminal background. You're not trying to ask for what happened to them 10 years ago. No, it's just random stuff like, you know, how was your day? What did you do today? Check out this weather. And you know, one of the things that we fall prey of is when we do small talk, we make it very, 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 very vague, very cliche, like, check out the weather today. That's random. There's a better way to set that up, like, I mean, come on, was it so, the weather has been so hot today. How are you coping with these heats? It's summer, you know? That's a good small talk, because now the person can go on and say, oh yeah, now I don't even want to wear certain types of clothes, and then you get to know exactly some of their preferences. And even from small talk, you can begin to gather your data, because that's what dating really is, right? When we're trying to get into relationships, we're gathering data from different people to see which one best fits our criteria. I know that's a bad word to use, but guess what? Everybody has criteria, things that they can live with and things that they're not able to live with. And that is the stage in the relationship when you begin to gather your data. You have to be very mindful, even though it's supposed to be very harmless, surface, very just basic conversation. But I tell you that in small talk, you can get a lot of information about someone. You can get to know them if you are thinking, asking the right questions, and actually paying attention to what they're saying. So why is it important to have small talk? It allows you to run a personality check. You get to know if the person is an outdoor person, indoor person, if they're extroverts, introverts, or whatever type of blend their personality is. From small talk, you can gather that information. Again, it's not like you're going to have a set of 10 questions, like, okay, question number 1. That would be really creepy if you went on a date with someone and they brought out a checklist and they're running through that list like, question 1, question 2. No, we're not doing that. It's just talking. Just the more you do it, the more you get better at it. Another benefit of engaging in small talk is you get to know each other a lot better. Like, you develop a friendship. It's not pressured. It's not the heavy romantic stuff that has to come up right there in the small talk stage. That's when you're just like enjoying each other's, company. You're learning to laugh with and laugh at each other. You're learning to understand some of their little idiosyncrasies and some of the things that maybe you might end up understanding that you can't really put up with this person. This is not your type of human being, which is not bad. Not that they're bad, but they're just not for you. So all of those little check marks you can find out when you engage in small talk. And it's super, super important for you to understand the best technique to do it. Asking very simple questions in a creative way is a way to strike up small talk conversation. Asking simple questions in a creative way is a good way to strike up conversation. Don't make it too heavy, or don't come in guns blazing. How many girlfriends have you had? How many women have you slept with? How many men have you been with? Or, things like that people feel like they need to ask on a first date. So here's the deal. These are some errors that I have made, because I guess trying to get back in the dating pool for me has been very tricky. So for the past couple of years, I've sort of been navigating, trying to figure it out. But now I am getting a lot better. I'm managing myself better, because, if you haven't dated for a long time, married for 10 years and then divorced, dating is usually one of the hardest things. It just seems like you came from way, way, way back there in the past, and they shot you into the future, like Back to the Future. And you're like, what's happening here? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to be saying? So I had to learn all these things. So I hope some of my small talk advice is going to help you guys, introverts out there, not so vocal like me, get there, having conversations, meeting new people, and taking a leap of faith. Really, it is a leap of faith. You might have to have small talk with 20 people before you eventually, I guess, before you narrow it down to going into a fully committed relationship. I don't know, it might take just one person. You might be lucky and you just meet that one person, you strike up a conversation, and you guys get things going, and it works. But it might just take you kissing a few frogs to get to your Prince Charming, but hang in there. Small talk, very easy, very straightforward, very, very basic questions, basic conversations, and that's all you need. All right, guys, we'll be right back to go over the second half of this Relationship July, starting with small talk conversation. Are you living the life you dream of daily? Are you expressing your creativity while earning a 5 to 6 figure income annually? What would you give for the opportunity to be part of a $500 billion industry that not only meets all these needs, but offers an ever-growing and profitable lifelong career path? If you answered yes to all these questions, then you are the right fit for HD Pro Global Beauty Institute. We offer 3 online self-paced training and certification courses, 9 in-person training with starter kit options for each module, 5 training manuals developed and curated for the lifelong learner. In addition, our mentoring and franchise program is available to get you started with our Business in a Box package. Register online at www.hdproglobal.com, or you can call or text the number 469-420-0246 for more information. The HD Pro Global team is ready to help you master the art of transforming bodies and physical appearance in 90 days or less. All right, guys, we are back. So now I'm going to give you some do's and don'ts on small talk. What are some of the things that you do and some of the things that you don't? So now, this is not gospel. This is just from our personal and some professional experience from research. So every time I offer content and information on this channel, I am very mindful to let you know that you are always welcome to fact check. You are always welcome to do additional research. You are always welcome to take it or leave it. But we are here to add value to your life. So here are some do's and don'ts that we will recommend that you do when you're striking a conversation, especially when you're just meeting someone. So tip number 1, you need to save topics, save questions like, how was your day today? Have you been to Texas all your life? Oh, what on your job? Oh, I love seafood. What's your favorite food group? Those are topics. Those are non-invasive. Those are things that people would easily, like any stranger on the way, can volunteer that information to you. They're not going to feel like you're prying too deep or you wanting to know everything about them, and it makes them sort of clamp down and just on you, you know. And then sometimes, because of some people's experiences, they shut and they feel sort of apprehensive about everything that you're saying if you go into deep. So those are some examples of safe questions that we feel like you can stick to. All right, number 2, tip for do's and don'ts for small talk, right? Good small talk. This is my own opinion. I feel like you listen more than you actually speak. Now, for someone like me who's a talker, that is a learned and acquired skill. Let me repeat that. I am a talker. I talk. So for me, listening more is a learned discipline. Like I am still learning and training myself and restraining myself and disciplining myself to be a better listener. Because most times for people like us who communicate on a regular, especially when it comes to our personal brand and everything we do has to do with communication, we seldom know how to rein it in. We have to learn how to rein it in. On the contrary, for someone who's an introvert, they will let you say everything and listen well. So listening is a skill that I personally, so if you're an extrovert and you're a talker like me, listening is a skill that I strongly advise that you take the time to acquire it, get it into your spirit, talk yourself into it, teach yourself. In fact, sometimes be intentional about just zipping it so that that person on the other side of the table does not feel like this thing is just about you. Because some people, I found that some women or some men just don't know how to read the vibe that they're getting from people. Like they just talk about themselves, they go, and they don't even stop to ask about the other person. They don't even stop to ask questions that allows the other person to contribute to the conversation or allows the other person to feel like they actually matter. So those are some of the do's and don'ts for small talk. Listen more. Let me just do a quick role play. So tell me a little bit about what you do. And I'm smiling, and I'm smiling, and I'm sort of gesturing ever so mildly, nothing too creepy, no crazy eye, nothing too scary, but I'm like just, listening. And depending on the direction of the response, it should guide my emotions. Like sometimes I might just offer a light smile like, oh wow, that's, or I might just be very focused like, oh, that's interesting. Oh, I'm interested in what you do, so I'm listening. So from my facial expression, without having to open my mouth to interrupt them, the person is able to confirm that I am with them in that conversation. And that works for me. I mean, that was something that I had to develop for myself to help me be a better listener in a conversation, because that really makes small talk go really well. When both sides have the opportunity to speak and both sides have equal opportunity to listen. So those are some of the do's and don'ts for small talk that I have for you. Stick to safe topics. Be a better listener. Help yourself to kind of just in your mind talk yourself into listening. And I think that would really help to lay a really good foundation for a healthy relationship. Because any relationship, whether it's romantic or whether it's for marriage or whatever, I believe that it should always start from a very comfortable place of friendship. And small talk is the best way to strike up a conversation that leads to long-lasting friendships, relationships. And it's not everyone that you date that you end up in a romantic relationship with. Some people, just by virtue of your small talk and data collection during your initial stages of conversation, you find out that this person could be a better friend to me than anything else. And you decide, and you both know to keep your friendship at that stage or in that category, friends. Sometimes you have someone is a better friend to you than they are a boyfriend. I mean, I don't know, or someone is a better friend to you than they are a girlfriend or a wife or a mate. So small talk and initial conversations allows us to gather adequate data, and then we sort through that data, we analyze it. So we're data analysts. We go through the information, and then we now look at a way to implement the data for the best possible outcome for us. So that's it from me today. I hope that this episode has been as much fun for you as it has been for me. So for those of you who are still shy, second guessing yourself, and we're praying to be married or we're praying to be in a relationship, you have to get out there, meet people, talk to people, get to know people. That's the only way this is going to happen. All right, until next time, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye. Hey, where did the time go? Today's episode was a blast. I enjoyed bringing it to you, talking about small talk, the do's and don'ts, and all of that wonderful tips and tricks. I hope you found something valuable in today's content. If you did, don't forget, like, share, leave me a comment below, but most importantly, subscribe and turn your notification on so that you will be one of the first people to know when we upload our videos to premiere every Friday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I am so happy that you guys joined me today, but I can't wait to have you back next week. I'm going to truly miss you. But don't forget, love yourself, because you will be the best person to teach or to show or to model to whoever the people are that are coming into your life the best way for them to treat you. If you're not loving yourself enough, if you're not having the best relationship with yourself, and you're expecting those external relationships to complete and fulfill you, oh my darling, you were sorely mistaken. Okay, all right, see you guys next week. Bye, love you. Mwah.